So he ran back to where he was hiding it, and Toth just simply followed him. Dumbass. Hello. How are you doing today? Are you doing great? Fantastic. Let's get started. Have you guys ever seen like a solar eclipse? I've always found it like super beautiful and super crazy. There's like this movie, I don't know what it's called because I've never fucking seen it, but I saw like a post about it on Twitter the other day. It's like sort of kind of old. I think it's like a 2000s movie or a 90s movie. I don't really know exactly. But it's about Jesus and him doing this Jesus thing and going about doing stuff. And then eventually, as we all know, the Romans got to him and they crucified him, right? So the scene where he's crucified, this director literally like planned this shit out. He waited, halted production until a solar eclipse happened and filmed the scene of him being crucified during solar eclipse to kind of play on this, oh, this is the son of God and you're doing this to him and God is upset so he's taking away the sunlight. I find that really fucking cool. Doing that and like giving off that message in the middle of a movie is really fucking cool. I need to figure out what that movie is called.
We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes, okay? Bitches aren't perfect. I may or may not have called this film a 1990s or 2000s film. I don't know who said that. I'm not going on record to say I did say that, but this bitch was made in 1960 motherfucking 2. So, I gotta put that Benjamin down.
We are going to be talking about the theft of the sun and the moon in Egyptian mythology. And all in all, a myth about a solar eclipse. So in Egyptian myth, it's always talked about how there's an ongoing, eternal, daily, on-site, run-up battle between Ma'at and Isfet, or order and chaos. The sun god Ra sailed across the skies by day and through the Duat, the underworld, by night, making sure everybody was where they were supposed to be and doing what they were supposed to do. But one day, bitch, Isfet got his lick back. The demon serpent, which is just a giant ass motherfucking snake that has like, a point to prove, Apophis, who is the embodiment of Isfet, went out one day and stole the sun and the moon, taking their light away from humans and everyone in Egypt and plunging it into eternal darkness and night. Me personally, I don't even know how I would respond to this. Can you imagine going to sleep in ancient Egypt? The sun has set, you watch the sunset with your little Egyptian boo, it's real cute, and you go to sleep and it's like, kind of dusk outside, it's alright, you know what I mean? And you wake up and it's 10:30 in the morning, but it's still looking like it's 2 a.m. I would think the rapture is starting, me personally. And unfortunately, without the sun, everything in Egypt went to shit. Crops were withering, they weren't growing, they couldn't photosynthesize. The Nile for some reason turned red. I don't know. Every time something happens, the Nile just changes color. I really think the Nile is the embodiment of a chameleon because what is going on? And chaos began to take over because there was nothing left to fight it and it ran rampant and unchecked. The gods were blinded, they didn't know where they were going because they were scattered all about. Egypt didn't know how to get home because they couldn't fucking see. And they couldn't communicate with each other because they communicate using the divine light from Ra. But there is no Ra because Ra was snatched the fuck up. But have no fear, baby. You know why? Toth is here, okay? The god of wisdom and the moon. So he was like, where is my shit? So he used his magic as well as his power over the moon to trick Apophis into telling him where the sun and the moon were. Toth has his own way of doing things. Being the god of the moon and the light that the moon gives off, he has the power over that light. And he used this light to, put it in the sky to trick Apophis into thinking somebody actually got the moon back. So he ran back to where he was hiding it, and Toth just simply followed him. Dumbass. Sekhmet, the violent personality of Hathor's bipolar ass, led the charge to go and defeat Apophis. She went in, murking all of his little shadow minions. All the while, Bastet stayed here with the people of Egypt to protect them, so any kind of shadow demons that may have gotten loose for 10 seconds couldn't hurt anybody. And all things worked out. Toth was able to get the sun and the moon, free the sun and the moon, and put things back the way it was supposed to be. And Ra continued his cycle of going through the sky and going to the duat every single day. But like I said, Everyone in Egypt here is on site when it comes to what they want to do, what they want to destroy. So Apophis tries every single night to devour the sun once again and plunge the world into eternal darkness. And the gods, every single night, fight him off until dawn. Now, this is something that I've only ever seen once in media, and once again in Gods of Egypt. They showcase Ra trying to fight Apophis, and they actually showcase Ra being defeated by Set, which I don't think ever happened, but I could be totally wrong. And Apophis once again running wild and high-key destroying a lot of Egypt for like 20 minutes. The gods knew what was going on, and the gods knew what was happening when Apophis came and took the sun and the moon, right? But the ancient Egyptians on the ground, they couldn't see this big-ass fucking serpent taking shit left and right. No. What did they see? A darkness covering up the sun, which is what? The eclipse. So the eclipse is not only like, just a natural, amazing event to see that we always look at every time it happens with our little glasses. It's a reminder that light can be lost again if the gods ain't on their T's. What do y'all think? Do you think that if you were the gods, you could stand fighting a giant serpent demon every single night for all of eternity so the world can see the sun again? Me personally, I think I would get tired by like the third day because I'd be like, damn bitch, we keep defeating you. Sit down.
But hey, maybe that's why I'm not a god and I'm just a mortal chick out here from Michigan living in New York. But that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment what you think about what's going on right now. Anything else you want to hear from Egyptian mythology, Greek mythology, Norse mythology, Roman mythology, whatever you want to hear. I kind of want to start delving into Arthurian English mythology of the UK. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye!